Hello there, this is Tyler with E1 Solutions. In today's video, we are going to be showcasing how to install the Dynamics 365 Sales Popdock connector into your Zendesk environment. To get started, we are in Zendesk support and we are going to navigate to the Admin Center. Once in the Admin Center, we are going to click on Apps and Integrations. And then we are going to click into the Marketplace. Now, once in the Zendesk app Marketplace, we are going to use the available search field here to type in Popdock. You'll notice that we have a couple of different Popdock connectors available on Zendesk's app Marketplace. Again, in today's video, we are going to be installing the Dynamics 365 connector. By selecting Dynamics 365 connector, it is going to bring you to a page that just provides information on the app and what it entails. But to get started with installing, we're going to click on this How to Install tab. On this page, you'll notice there is a link that says Register your app here to receive your widget IDs and complete setup. We're actually going to right-click on this link and open the link in a new tab. The reason being is that we are going to eventually have to navigate back to this specific page once we have completed the app wizard in order to finish the installation process. So going to that new tab, we are now going to be going through the app wizard to generate the widget IDs so that we can see our Dynamics 365 sales data inside of Zendesk. The first step is creating a Popdock account. Now, if you already have a Popdock account, you can click on this link, log in with an existing account. It'll direct you to a new page that will allow you to log in with your existing Popdock credentials and then proceed with the app wizard from there. In this example, we are going to assume that we are just creating an entirely new account, so we are going to use the available fields to put in our information. With the available fields filled in, we are going to click Get Started, which will then create our Popdock account. The next step is now logging into our Dynamics 365 sales account and connecting to that environment. You'll notice that we have a couple of different ways that we can connect to Dynamics 365 sales. In this example, we are going to use the online connection type. And then with this authentication type, we are going to need to put in the site URL for our Dynamics 365 environment. So I am going to copy that and paste that in. With that field filled in, we will then click Validate. It's going to then have you log into your Microsoft account that connects to Dynamics 365 sales. Once it has connected and validated, it'll return you back to this page. You'll notice that there will be a connection validated notification on this page. And then from there, you can proceed by clicking Connect. This will bring you really to the exact same spot that we just completed, where it'll have you log into your Microsoft account and we'll fill out our credentials again. Now we will return back to the app wizard, and you'll notice that the page has changed, and we are now putting in the credentials for our Zendesk account. Just like with Dynamics 365 Sales, we have a couple of different connection types that you can connect to your Zendesk account with. In this example, we will be using the Login Online option. With Zendesk, rather than putting in the full URL for our Zendesk account, we're actually just grabbing the site prefix. So if you go back and navigate to your Zendesk support page, what we are essentially grabbing is just whatever's in front of the Zendesk inside of your site URL. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to jump back in here and paste that into this field. And then once we have that site prefix in there, we can click Validate. Being that I've already logged into my Zendesk account, it won't have me put in my credentials at this point. If you have to log in, it would obviously direct you to putting in your credentials to authenticate. But being that I've already logged in, I don't need to do that. So you'll notice that it comes back with the connection validated, and then I can click connect to the environment. Now what returns is this page that provides a handful of different widget IDs. This first section, the Dynamics 365 section, are all widget IDs that we will be plugging into our Zendesk environment to show data coming from Dynamics 365 sales. We also do have a widget ID for Zendesk tickets, and this would show Zendesk tickets inside of your Dynamics 365 sales environment. One thing I will point out is I do recommend taking a screenshot of these or making a copy of each of these widget IDs and saving it somewhere in the event that you do need that down the road. You do also receive an email with all of these widget IDs provided as well. But now that we have all of these, let's navigate back to the Zendesk app marketplace, and specifically this page for our Dynamics 365 connector. And then we can now continue the process and click buy. It'll then have you select which Zendesk account you'll be installing the Dynamics 365 connector in. If you do have multiple accounts, if not, it will only display the single one. You'll click install. And then what we're going to be doing is we are going to be taking all of those widget IDs that have been populated, and we are going to be putting them and plugging them into this installation section. Now, in today's current app, we will be plugging some of these widget IDs in twice for the legacy section as well as its duplicate down at the bottom here. So the first one it asks for is the ticket widget. So if you navigate back to this page, you're grabbing the Salesforce sidebar for tickets. So you can just copy it right here. And we're going to plug it in here as well as in the ticket widget ID section. The next one it asks for is the user widget ID. So if we go back to our list of widget IDs, that's going to be the second one here. So you can copy it, insert into these two fields. And then the last one we're grabbing is the sidebar for organizations. And then the last thing we have to grab from that widget ID page is the domain, which is at the top here. Now that we have all these widget IDs plugged in, we can also change the name or title of this app as it will display inside of Zendesk. So you can further customize it. I'm just going to keep it with my Dynamics 365 connector. And I do already have one in this environment, which is why I have that 2 next to it. At the very bottom, you also can enable role restrictions and group restrictions. If you want to restrict this view or this widget to a subset of your Zendesk users, you do also have the option of modifying the app once you have completed the purchase process. So if you don't want to do this portion at this time, you can certainly do it later on as well. Well, with all these fields completed for the installation here, we then are going to go through the billing details section and fill out all of this information so that you can then proceed to payment and purchase the app. Once you have completed the purchasing process, the widgets that you have generated here will now be available to view inside of your Zendesk support environment. So if we navigate back to Zendesk support, you will now see a Dynamics 365 connector and application inside of your support interface. You'll be able to see this at the ticket, user, and organization level, all of which will be displaying data coming from your Dynamics 365 environment. So that's the process for installing our Dynamics 365 Sales Popdock connector into your Zendesk environment. If you have additional questions regarding the installation or need assistance, feel free to reach out to support@e1solutions.com and we'd be happy to help.